You know the rules, Mila Djokovic. Take all our money now. I don't care what she's in. Let's see some blood. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I am Rob. We're doing Resident Evil Apocalypse 2004. Directed by Alexander Witt. This is Mila Djokovic returning as Alice, and this continues straight after the first movie. And if you haven't seen that, what's wrong with you? Where have you been? Let's get straight into this. Bang it on. We start the movie with a rundown from everything from part 1. And that's for all the lazy pricks that didn't watch it. It's brilliant storytelling to start the movie off, seeing all the events take place while Alice is in the hospital at the end of the first movie. It all comes together now with the virus loose, and a big pop at the start when you first see Jill Valentine. It's only a sneak peek at the start, but I had all us Resident Evil gamers frothing. The story is told and set with the gates being closed to Raccoon City, leaving the virus to spread. But the Hive's creator's daughter is trapped and needs rescuing. So we have a decent enough zombie rescue mission storyline. And I've got to say, the zombies in this one from the start bit are a little bit average compared to the first one. Now this movie is very over the top to make up for its basic storyline. And Alice, well, still kicks ass. We progress to the activation of the Nemesis program. Being awakened in the first visual is just fucking wicked. Now with the Nemesis released and on the loose, and he's a robo-zombie and he loves his weapons. And it just makes life harder for Jill and Alice on this mission to find the doctor's kid that they've officially been given the mission for. With the progression of the story and Alice and her superpowers and Jill finding the kid, the zombies really are underwhelming in this. But what is wicked in this is the zombie dogs. They look fucking wicked again. Outstanding. Now this movie gets very unrealistic. It already was. But the action is badass. And sometimes we just gotta turn our brain off and enjoy. But what they at least do is continue the story, with the end result of the mission ending with Alice versus the main boss, the cunt that doesn't close his mouth. With an epic fight that is kick-ass, we conclude with the Nemesis remembering who he really is, or was. That was well scripted, really. The final 30 minutes of this movie is pretty solid, with heaps of over-the-top action and a decent story still being told. With an ending that was great, but then I was pissed off, and then angry again, but then didn't know what to think. Then leaving me not impressed of why you had to go this route. But then I was back on board. Very mixed emotions for me with the ending, but it's for the story. This is an easy, fun, over-the-top action zombie movie with a way over-the-top storyline. And in the end, I loved it. I loved it. The score and soundtrack are great and fantastic again. The only negatives really are the zombies. They're pretty average looking and they're filmed really weirdly, like in slow-mo or some shit. Didn't like that. The Nemesis looked fake as fuck, and his mouth pissed me off being open all the time. But a bloody fun movie. And I've got to say, when I saw this at the cinemas, when it first came out, I didn't like it. I remember I fucking hated it. I was pissed off. I'm glad I've watched it again, because I own them all. Glad I watched it again. And I remember a lot of the other ones that are coming up have really pissed me off in the past, so watching them with an open mind, just remembering it's just a fun movie. This one actually gets 6 out of 10 blood popcorns now. Bumped up from the 3 when I first saw it at the cinemas. Really enjoyed it this time. I'm going to take my time before I watch all the rest of them. I don't want to overdo it, but when I need some Mila Djokovic, I'm going to chuck the next one on. We'll do a review for you. What do you think of this one? Did you give it 6 out of 10, or was it more of a 5 or a 4 for you? I think it deserves a 6 out of 10 when you watch it again. Have another watch. It was fun. Unfortunately, the zombies were atrocious, but apart from that, and film weird. Apart from that, it was good fun. And I know they get worse and sillier down the track. But that's alright. Like, subscribe, do what the fuck you want. I'll be back with the movie draft with Adzi on Wednesdays. Retro reviews, new reviews, whatever the hell I want to do. But one thing that I want you to do is say hi to your mum for me, because I'll be back next time. See you!